Hi, guys. Hi, Sue. How are you? Ooh, I'm looking rough, y'all. We've been outside sweating, ain't we? I don't know. Was we just sticky or was we sweating? Hey, Miss Sue. How are you?
Poppy, go lay down.
She ain't been over here at all. Oh, my goodness. Everybody having a good day? It is. We ran in, he jumped in the shower. I didn't have time to get a shower, and so I'm looking kind of rough tonight, y'all. He don't have to wash his hair and everything, so.
I did wash my hair, thank you.
Yes, I am. I feel really gross, so I was like, he
No,
was like, go get in the shower. I
no.
was like, I don't have time. So it is what it is.
Hey,
Hey,
Kayla.
Kayla. Well, be safe driving. We uh we had to put new hay out, and yeah, I can't stay out of mine either.
I got sweat all over mine.
Yeah.
I can't see nothing.
That's what it is. So, whew, go on, go. Oh, so has everybody had a good week? Oh, I went out this morning, got a bunch of stuff done, and I just got hot. And so I came in and sat down, and I was just like, I never could get back up. It
Go to
drained
bed.
me. It drained me
Hannah,
this
go
morning.
to bed.
Go to bed. Ain't none of them bothered us till we sat down and started talking.
I said go to bed.
She laid on her dog bed in front of her crate, and then she went and got in it. She's sitting there looking at us. I was busy this morning. I had a bunch of stuff I had to get done, and like I said, I got hot and I got sick in my stomach. So I came in, and the chicken run done you in. Yeah, it will. This heat is miserable.
I think weren't able to get acclimated. We didn't ramp up into 90 something degrees. It was so rainy for so long. The temperature stayed down. Then all of a sudden, boom! It's just hot.
Yes, Kayla, we have been. Your mom had messaged me this morning, so she she told me what was going on with him. So it's they put him on the vent earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, in the ICU.
what's
So,
wrong?
they think he's had a stroke. Yeah. Yep. But we've been lifting him up, so many right now that's going through so much. It's like we're getting text messages all day and all kinds of stuff of everybody just needing healing because I don't know what's going on. It's just like
Hey, Chris
it's crazy. Hey, Chris.
from Wiley, Texas.
Wiley Coyote. I like the Wiley. Hey there, Texas.
Uh,
I can't get enough to drink either. It's like I'm so thirsty. So not sure what that was.
she's just playing.
So, well, we got a new seat. Did y'all notice?
I think it's the first time I've got to sit in it.
Yeah, we bought a new couch, so we needed one bad. So we are actually sitting on it, enjoying it today. Yeah, I haven't really sat on it either, except for one time today. So
Don't let her fool you.
$5 every day this week. Yeah, you just can't get. It's like I can't get enough to drink, no matter what it is. Tea, water, Dr. Pepper. I can't get enough to drink right now. So I don't know. I guess it's just pulling all the fluids out of it. So be careful being outside. Make sure you drink plenty, or you'll end up in the ER with an IV.
That's what you tell them. You know what she tells me? Hey, Why are you doing that? I need you to do 300 other things. I'm over here wide-eyed about to fall out. Hey, while you're over there.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot. We just didn't build it. It just went crazy. The heat did for 100 years. I know those chicken coops. You feel like you put zip ties in forever. So it was just like I even had to go get some of our own because I used everything that they gave us. And we still got that other coop to put together. And
I'm going to do that in my spare time.
I know.
When I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, I know.
I hadn't been home. I hadn't been in this house this week.
Yeah, Tuesday. What do we do Tuesday? I don't remember.
I don't remember
Either. Thunder for 20 minutes, but no rain. We were supposed to have rain about 3-ish today, but it missed us, thank the Lord.
Yeah, because everything's a muddy mess.
It rained last night, and it rained a lot last night. So, because all the animals' buckets were full. Usually, you have just a little bit of water in the bottom. They were over halfway full. So, it rained a lot last night. She was laying over there. Yeah, we had a bunch of lambs down, so I could tell that it was windy, and then all that rain. But I ain't gonna lie, I never heard it. I slept right through it. Did you sleep through it?
Yes, I did.
Poppy's in a mood over here, y'all. Wish you could see her. Hey, Sue's double dipping up there.
Yeah, I hadn't sat down, so she had me loving on her. She's going into DTs over here.
Yeah, he got straight home, and we had to move hay bale to a different area. He got stuck. It was muddy, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Muddy down there. We cleaned up limbs the other day. Was it Saturday we cleaned up limbs? Yeah.
I don't even know what the day is at this point.
It's Thursday. Yeah. We cleaned up one side of the pasture, and we got to do the other side too. We just hadn't done it yet. Just you get out there and you work for a little while, and then you're done. It drains you.
Whether you're done or not. I ain't even seen the garden since I planted it.
Oh, I meant to ride up there and look at it when I was down there earlier, and I forgot.
Ride up there?
Well, go up there. I drove down there, so.
I have no idea what it looks like.
I'll go look at it tomorrow. So
that's what you've been saying all week.
I know. Well, me and Ron went and looked at it the other day, and that's when I told you it was up a little bit. But
how long ago was that?
I don't remember what day it was. I don't remember. I can't keep up with it anymore. I feel like it's nonstop ever.
I don't want to hear it.
But we've just had little limbs fall over time, and you don't get them picked up, and then more fall, and so it's just a good bit down there. So
part of it's we got pine trees that are dead.
Yeah, we got to get them cut at some point. I don't know when we're gonna get that done. So
in my spare time.
Everything's in your spare time.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't have any.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Monday night we went to a beekeeping class. So we are hopefully by the spring we're going to have bees. But we want to take our classes before we get everything and learn as much information about them as we can before we start them. We don't want to just jump into it.
There's a lot to keeping bees.
A lot. So
it's a job all on its own.
Yeah. So the startup, once you get them established and stuff, it's
Miss Bee expert over here.
Well, what they were saying
you
the other night.
One class today, you're an expert on them.
Yes, but he told them not to be in them a lot.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
We'll give you a hard time in a minute.
I quit.
But we have, see, that's one thing that has always kept me from doing bees is I'm terrified of them.
We got some gloves.
Yeah, we got some free gloves and a free book. We won on door prizes. But that's the reason we're going to take these classes first. And we want to learn, everything that we can um, before we even start even putting the hives out there and getting, bees. So they said September. Is it August and September, or September and October is going to be the beginner bee class? Do you remember?
August and September?
I think it's August and September is when the beginner bee classes start. Right now is they're just doing stuff like what plants to plant and stuff like that. So, we've got people that we could come and, bring their hives and stuff in, but we actually want to do it ourselves now that we have a place to put them. So that is our plan. Oh, he went to get the book.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. I got to looking at it, and it's called 100 Plants That Feed the Bees. And we learned all kinds of different trees and stuff that I didn't know what they were Monday night. And she had actually brought pieces of those trees, their leaves and their berries and their flowers and all that. So we learned a lot of that I had seen, but I didn't know what they were called. So
apparently she has an app on her phone. She took pictures of stuff and it would tell her what it was.
Yeah. But it was some good information. So, and there was more people there than I thought would be there. Like it was a big room full. And a friend of ours took it last year and he started doing bees and he
has 7 hives now.
7 hives now.
He started with 2 or 3. And then he had 7 hives before he knew it. And then he's got people calling him to come and get bees, like when they swarm.
And he's going to help us. So, because we could get him, to come do them for us, but we really want to do them so we can learn about them. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. So, and I just like to learn new things. So
Glenda is on Facebook.
Hi, Glenda. I wondered where they were. It was unusual for y'all not to be here.
Well, what was the biggest thing you learned in that class? What I learned mostly was what color plants or flowers they were attracted to.
Yes, yeah. That's a good one.
I never really thought about it. That some little hummingbirds are attracted to red.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured they were too. But no, they're attracted to white.
White.
The lighter colors.
Yeah. They said they really like the white flowers. And I know those fields, you see all those yellow flowers like out in the pastures and stuff. I'm in my sewing room sewing a quilt. Oh, okay. But all those yellow flowers you'll see all the way in those pastures come springtime. The bees don't eat them at all. Yep. They don't like them. So I would have never thought that they didn't like them, but they do.
One of their favorite things is tulip poplars.
Yeah.
And I know Mother has several of them on her property.
Yeah, I was gonna look. Right. We got some really good information.
There's Susan.
Hi, Susan. She gave us some really good information and web pages and stuff. And YouTube channels to go to, like Michigan State University and stuff like that. Lots of good information. So it was a really good class.
I guess they have it the 4th Monday of every month.
Is it the 3rd Monday? I think it's the 3rd Monday of every month.
Well, I don't know.
Let me look and see. Hang on.
But this is like a big to-do because they said they were going to some kind of national convention or meet.
4th Monday.
Oh, what did that say?
Yeah, I was thinking it was the third Monday, but yeah, they have some kind of big.
It was like a national or regional.
Big convention, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know where it was. I think it's state of Alabama, though. I don't know. We'll find out and we'll get some information and see. So that might be something we may just go
And
to
they
check
said
it out.
somebody's name, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's going to be there." I don't know who he is. I knew the whole bee stuff.
But a lot of people don't know this too. Like when you buy your hives and stuff, they're expensive. To go and buy your boxes and stuff at like your co-ops, or some Tractor Supplies have them, some Rural Kings have them, stuff like that. We've been told go to the Amish to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
They are like
half
$15 a box, or is it $10 a box?
I think it's a frame.
I don't remember.
I think it's $10 a frame.
Yeah, that's a trip.
I know the smokers are like. There's a place in Birmingham. It's called Fox and Hound. I think it is
something like that.
That you buy a lot of beekeeping supplies from, and they said like the smoker is like $50 from there, and they said they're like 20 at the Amish.
The Amish, yeah. So and they build them, and then you just have to build the frames to go inside of them.
No.
So I thought that's what he was doing, building the frames.
He is, but he's been buying them too. He said
Yeah.
it was cheaper for him to buy them than it was
to build them. Okay. So that may be something later on down the road that we'll go do, is get our stuff from the Amish, our boxes and stuff. So
we'll have to have another box to go on top of that one you've got.
Yeah.
Because then you block. Yeah, here I'm going to be the bee expert now. Okay.
Okay.
The queen stays in the bottom. You put a queen keeper, and then you put another frame on top, or another box on top of the frames, and those frames is where your honey is, and the bottom frames is where she lays eggs and has babies.
Yeah. But I was going to say we already have one.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got to have another one.
Yes. Yeah, I know that.
Now you do.
Know that.
Now you do.
Yeah, that's a big savings, ain't it? So, yeah, it's because the feed bill around here is getting expensive.
No, it's out of hand.
We are going to have to thin some. We really are. We are. We've sold the ducks. We have only kept the Peking ducks. The last two ruined drakes are going to probably go to their home this weekend. But we are down to, we're just going to keep the big white Peking ducks, are the only two ducks that we're going to keep. And they were because they came from a friend of ours, a really good friend of ours. And I really like the Pekins. But we are just going to have to downsize some. And I am fixing to probably have a sale on laying hens. Because we have a lot of little ones that are coming up that are going to be laying hens. They'll lay next year. So, yeah, we've got to thin out some. So, we've got some fencing to do. A lot of fencing. But right now, what we have decided that we are going to do, the pasture and stuff behind us, we are going to do, are we going to do 4-row or a 5-row? Have you decided?
However many keeps them in.
We're going to do barbed wire for right now, because this is not going to be a permanent fencing. So we're just going to do barbed wire so they can get in here and eat all this stuff out to clear it out. We're going to do enough barbed wire to keep them in. Are you bee shopping?
Yeah, I was looking.
But that way, we're not spending a ton of money on fencing right now, because we have barbed wire. We have rolls and rolls and rolls of barbed wire. We might have to buy some, but
well, we'll have to buy some.
We'll have to buy some, but not like the field fencing. The field fencing is outrageous, y'all. And then your T-post and all that. So we're trying to go right now the cheapest route, the easiest route that's going to be easiest for us to do too, and keep the animals in.
Because if y'all ain't noticed, it's hot out there to be doing fencing.
Yeah.
How do I always end up doing fencing in August?
I don't know. That's just when you wait to do it.
Wait to do it?
But if we do barbed wire, it is probably easy. Is it easier to do than? Okay.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Yeah. So that is our plan for right now. I don't really know. The donkeys will always stay here. Sophie will always stay here.
Bruno will always be here.
Bruno will always be here. We may thin out our goat herd. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do. We are looking at all of our options. We are just until we become monetized on Facebook, we are going to have to thin. So as bad as we hate to, we really do not want to get rid of any of our animals. So I really need y'all to start watching more hours.
Well, that was shameless.
I'm just kidding,
Good
y'all.
night.
I'm just kidding. We appreciate each and every one of you, that's for sure. But it's just the feed bill is getting quite outrageous. So, I mean, we are making money off chickens and eggs and stuff, but
it goes right back in.
It goes right back into it to pay for their feed. So we've just
we just haven't had money to build a barn or add fencing, or we're just staying where we're at.
Yeah. So, and we've got some stuff that we've really got to do. So, so we're just looking at all of our options right now. So, but what?
Tell them about your laughing rooster.
He was crowing earlier.
He has just started crowing. So
well, we actually have three of them. There's 3 laughing roosters and 3 hens. So I got tickled earlier. I thought that was that rooster. And so I walked down there, and the frizzle Polish rooster would start crowing. Well, then the silky would crow. Well, then he would crow. And y'all, and every time I'd pull up my camera to video him, he would quit every time. And I'd cut it off, and he'd start. And he's not got that laugh down yet, but he
sounds funny.
It sounds hilarious because he's just got that crow starting, so it sounds like it's yeah.
Yeah, Sue, and we have all, ever since we started doing this, it's been shoot, ready, aim.
Yeah.
We got 2 goats and didn't even have a fence. We got 13 chickens. We didn't have a coop.
Yeah.
So it's been.
Yeah, and
and somebody needs to stay out the daggum Tractor Supply and the Rural King and the.
I haven't been lately.
I know there ain't no new chickens out there. Every time I come in, there's a new box.
I only bought those the other day because I had never heard of them, and when I pulled them up, I thought, "Ooh, they're beautiful."
And they are.
They are beautiful.
And they're what? Is what I'm saying, Grandma.
Oh, they are. I'm not sure. It's like anaconda, anacosa, anacoa. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is anacoa. They're pretty. I know we weren't real keen this weekend. Yes, it's let me pull up those. Hang on. I'll put in here what they are so y'all can look them up, because I'm not quite sure how you pronounce these.
Ancana?
Ancana. I guess that's how you say it, is Ancana. Pull them up. They are opposite of our love chickens. They are black with white specks. So they are really, really pretty.
That's what we needed, was another brand of chicken.
Yeah. And the little Brahmas, I have put them on the ground, and they're running around everywhere. And the big old rooster, y'all.
No tail feathers.
He has no tail feathers.
He's the funniest looking thing.
Y'all should have just drove up here. How far is Dothan from y'all?
They're closer to Dothan than they are us.
Are they? Okay, I wasn't for sure how far it was, but yeah, we were at Rural King. Monday
every
night.
time we turn around.
No, we went. I hadn't
Yeah,
done it in a
Monday
while.
night.
Monday night, I had to have some pool chemicals. So, you see, the pool keeps messing my pH up on my pool, so I can't keep
Pool keeps messing
the
your
rain. The rain keeps messing the pH, and it's just it won't leave my pool alone. And trying
it's
to keep
green.
it clean.
It's a pond.
Well, it's not an ugly green anymore. It's a pretty green.
I'm not mistaken. Pools are supposed to
Go
to bed.
Well, it was clear the other day, and then it rained.
It wasn't. It ain't been clear. Don't you tell
It was clear.
It was not. It was not green. And
you could see the bottom. You could.
That is not clear.
I understand. Definitely understand. I've gotten a little aggravated with our Tractor Supply. I have to. That's where I buy my dog food at because Rural King does not have the kind of dog food that we use. So I go in there to buy my dog food, but I got really aggravated with the manager. He had told me that yes, they would do a sponsorship with us, but he had to turn all the paperwork in and we would get this and this for sponsorship. And so every time I go in there, I ask him, well, I've not had time right now. I've not had right time. Okay. And then it was, it was the whole, when Rural King had the whole issue with.
When they went,
they went away
DEI.
From. Yeah, when they went away from all of that, made a lot of people mad. Well, then he said they needed to settle things down that way. And so he just kept pushing me off and pushing me off and pushing me off. And I was just like, well, I'll just take my business elsewhere. So I have hardly been in Tractor Supply lately, except to get my dog food. So.
Yeah, we're 2 hours and 21 minutes from Greenville. So.
Yeah, so y'all are a little closer down there, but ours is a brand new store though. But yeah, I got really and then like when Rural King came, they had people what do you call them? I just lost it.
Sales reps.
The sales reps for all the feed companies were lined up with tables in there at their openings. So I have like numerous business cards. They have our business cards, and we are going to sit down and try with a couple of them and see what we can come up with.
Lord, yes, feed company sponsorship. Absolutely. Just bring the truck.
So we're going to look at doing that. And Tractor Supply never does that. So, but I really did. I got really aggravated with him. And a friend of ours does a lot of business with him. He raises chickens also, and he buys a lot of pens. Like, I think the last time Frankie bought pens, he bought 20 pens. And he just would not work with him. And he was just like, I spend a lot of money in there, a lot of money.
Well, what did you get at the Troy swap meet?
We were going to try to do this farm swap here by us last weekend, but we had all the grandkids, and you can't go.
Now the next one we need to load up Bert.
Yeah.
Bert.
I've found several people that want him, but they don't want to drive 2 hours to get him. I'm like, well, I'm not bringing him to you. If you want the ram, you'll come get him. Well, I've got to do a brooder clean out. So, and I have so many hatching eggs right now. It's crazy. I've got Polish, I've got Silkies, and I've got the Love Chickens. I've got lots of hatching eggs. And so I don't really want to fill my incubators up, but I don't want them to go to waste either. So I don't know. We'll just see. And I may even go talk to the place that does the farm swap close to us and see if they would let me put some chickens in the store. So
A lemon cocoa silky.
Now
You got to goggle.
I
that
gotta
one.
goggle that one because I ain't seen that one.
Oh Lord! I am not driving to Dothan for a $35 bird.
No.
Just what I figured it was.
Yep. That's pretty.
Koku. Koku, not Coke.
They're pretty. They are really pretty. I will.
Is it raining again?
I don't know. I can probably bring you a white silky to the meet and greet. So I should have. I'll save you a couple up, or I'll even hatch you one if you want to. So. He thinks it's raining. Is it raining?
No, I don't know what that was, but it sounded like it was raining. Go to bed, Papa.
I didn't hear it, so.
Go to bed.
She said, "You open the door. You got me moving."
Honestly, I ain't getting up.
They're pretty. We've got one that is, I don't even know. It's a mixture of a gray and a brown and a reddish color. It is really pretty.
Huh?
A silky. It's got all three colors on it.
A tricolor?
Yeah.
Poppy, go on. Go play. Go lay down.
We'll talk about it soon. But yeah, we're pretty close to. It won't be long, and it'll be time for petals.
It's almost July.
Yeah.
Like next week.
Like next Monday, our kids will be 30. Oh, I love my silkies too, and I love how they sing to you. Like they just, I don't know. I call it their purring.
She saw her.
Oh, I haven't seen that. It hasn't popped up on mine. I'll have to look. I haven't seen their post, so.
Yeah, the bee place in Birmingham is Foxhound.
Foxhound?
Foxhound. Jason is him and
I'll have to look. I ain't finding it right now, so I'll look it up. I know I want to go take some of his rose classes.
Him and Tracy just amaze me. I mean, I can sit and listen to them. They're talking so far over my head most of the time. I got no idea what they're talking about. But I'm just amazed at the wealth of knowledge that they have. I'm just like, I don't know nothing that well.
Yeah. I don't. I know stuff, but I'm not a good teacher at all. I have a hard time explaining stuff to you. I know it and I can do it all day, but trying to explain it to you, I can't do it. I know it just blows my mind what kind of information that they, and me personally, I don't retain information like that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I watch Jason and I watch Tracy and Gene and Zoe and all them, and I just get like frustrated because I'm like, look what they've done, and I can't even. You know what I'm saying?
I get tongue tied too.
It's like Tracy's potager garden is something you would see in like a botanical garden.
Yeah.
You know, and I walk out and I'm like, well, our weeds are looking really good. Wow. The
Oh,
weeds have really took hold.
oh, I pulled a couple potatoes yesterday. We got some pretty good sized potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna dig them up today, and I never made it out there. But my plan is to do it tomorrow. So, yeah, I get really tongue tied, and I talk really country. So some people look at me like, "What?"
Well, my problem is I have a hard time explaining things so people can understand me. I explain things the way I understand it, and sometimes I get too far ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I don't teach. I'm not a teacher. Like I said, I know how to do the stuff, but me trying to teach you how to do it is
Yeah,
so.
and that's one of the things. That's one of the things that me and Gene was talking about one day. I said, "Yeah, we started the farm. We started this in 2018, 19 ish,
19.
19.
Yeah.
And I had this grandeur, this grand vision of this Edenist farm with all this, and then it started turning out more like Sanford and Son. I'm like, what the? This is not what I had in mind.
Well, somebody gave me a playhouse the other day for a chicken coop, but I don't know how we're going to get that here. Soap making classes. Yeah, I want to take a soap.
I want you to take a soap make. I want you to learn how.
Yeah, I do too.
I tell you something that
And,
I'm wanting to do with the bees is I want to do candles, beeswax candles.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, my tongue is thick and
Um, that's one reason I don't want to get rid of the goats because when we get set up, I want to be able to milk them. And so I'm just so torn. I don't want to get rid of anything. I mean, I know we're going to have to downsize chickens. There's no doubt about that.
oh, good grief.
Um,
We got more than Colonel Sanders now.
but and I kept trying to figure out how we kept getting all these little black chickens to hatch because y'all gonna laugh. Because every time the incubator, there'll be like what 5 or 6 little black chickens. They're solid black. The Mayas like coming out, and I'm like, what the crap? Where are these chickens? I can't figure it out. Well, we did. We finally figured it out. There is a little Maya Samani hen who has hid herself in the Polish. And so her eggs look almost identical to the toe bump Polish eggs. And that's where they're coming from. But they're beautiful little chickens, aren't they? Them little golden black ones out there. They are beautiful little chickens.
Cockadoodle Sioux Homestead. I like it.
That's good, yes.
Cockadoodle Sioux.
1.5 minutes. Yeah, I understand that.
Um,
And y'all, I know I love to talk. I can talk to you all day long. And Alan says I can talk to a brick wall.
Look,
Don't put me up in front of anybody though to speak though.
we will leave church like on Wednesday night. I just meet her there. We leave the church in 2 separate vehicles. I'm sitting in front of her and my phone rings. And she talks to me all the way home. And I'm like,
But I do not like to get up and talk in front of people at all. So me either. I'm not a public speaker.
it is what it is.
Somebody asked me one day if I would teach a class on chickens, and I was like, I don't really want to. But I got to find somebody to take roosters too. We did get rid of one rooster Saturday.
Yeah.
We got rid of a rooster Saturday, and somebody took one. So, yeah, I like standing on the down low. Me too.
Well,
But now I can stand here and talk to you. If and like this, I can talk. But if me and you're standing there, say at pedals, and we're standing there talk, we can talk. I can talk to you all day. Just don't put me up there on a stage where everybody's watching me. I don't like to be the center of attention. So I don't. I hate it. Yes, personal conversations we can talk all day, but yeah, just ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna stand up there. And you don't like to either when you get asked to teach Sunday
I
school.
do all right. I just have to kind of get in my zone. Um, how's your roses doing, Sue? That you got from petals back in the spring?
She sent me some pictures the other day. They're beautiful.
Are they?
Yeah. We got some blooming now. So,
We got one that's going to take over the world.
and I have got to message Tracy though. I've got something on the Peggy Martin. It's eating my leaves up. So I'm gonna see what she thinks.
What does it look like?
It's just ate all the leaves off.
So you ain't seen it. You just
Yeah. So I'm gonna spray it. I noticed it yesterday, so I'm gonna spray it with some neem oil to see if that will help. So, but now this darn farmer's dream, it has took over. Like it has, and I can't trim it because it's so darn tall. It is. Some of them shoots are probably 14, 15 feet tall, ain't they?
well, you got them on the trellis, which is 6 feet tall already. But yeah. They're probably another 6 feet straight up.
The do's and don'ts of using zip ties. Have you seen the stainless steel ones? I bought stainless steel ones off Amazon. They're pretty neat. I like them. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I don't know what we're gonna do with that farmer's dream. We're gonna have to put another trellis up or something because it is just went crazy. So
It's definitely gonna have to be trimmed back.
yeah, we're gonna have to get on a ladder to do it though.
I got a pole saw.
Yeah, you do have a pole saw. So yeah, they really I like them. I really do. So that's what I hooked the farm stand sign with, so they wouldn't steal it this time. I don't guess they've attempted, or if they've attempted to steal it, I guess they figured out they couldn't get it off. So it is. It's attached. It ain't going nowhere. What you doing over there?
Clearing out all the alerts from the driveway camera.
Oh.
Good gosh.
Your phone been beeping over there like crazy? Yeah, it's called A Farmer's Dream, and it's got big old pink roses. When they're closed, they look like they're going to be hot pink, but when they open, they're like a real light pink. They're really pretty. And it's a climbing rose, and it has went absolutely nuts, has it not?
Mm-hmm. And whatever we planted on the other side just kind of went.
Eden's Dream. I think it's Eden's Dream. It ain't done nothing.
It grew up a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
The other one is growed up across the top, down the other side.
It did remember, it had one little rose on it at the beginning of the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, but it ain't done nothing else. That new one I planted down there has got another bloom on it already. I've got to go trim the old ones off, cut them off. And then the one beside it, something's eating the leaves on it too. So I don't know what it is. I don't know either.
I ain't been here enough to tell you.
So, but I did notice I was putting the Peggy Martin, all the new sprouts, running them through the trellis, and I noticed that one side of it, they've ate all the leaves off of it. So I don't know what it is. So it's got little black spots on it too. So I don't know.
Some kind of fungus or blight or
yeah.
something.
So I'm gonna send her a picture of it and go, help me out here. Because I don't know a lot about roses. I just know I love them.
I know we got a bunch of them.
Yeah, yeah. So, and we, you know where I got off the other day, and I cleaned off the embankment behind the farm stand. I cleaned all the grass and everything, the weeds, everything off of that because I have daylilies planted everywhere. Have you noticed it? It's went crack. I mean, it's
screwed up again. I'm
yeah.
about to get out there and weed whack it.
Yeah, it has. I mean, there's all this rain and the sun coming out. It's got everything going crazy, and we can't keep up. Like he mowed the grass, but it's got to be weeded already and cut again. So that's one reason, Sue, I want to go take some classes at Petals. I want to take some rose classes. So
you should have met my great grandmother. That woman, she bought some peaches at the store, and they were really good. So she goes out back with a peach pit that she just ate the peach from, stuck it in the ground. A little while later, she called us and asked, or I say a little while later, a couple of years later, a year later, she calls us and says, "Hey, do y'all want some peach trees?"
it grew.
Yeah. She could plant anything and it would grow.
Yeah. Yes, Chris. I knew it was the climbing version of the Belinda's Dream Rose. I mean, it is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that is interesting. That's pretty cool that they yeah. And the other night when we were in the beekeeping class, somebody mentioned they had gotten something from Petals. Yeah. And he goes, "That's your favorite nursery." So it's you don't realize how many people know about Petals.
Well, that's an amazing place.
It is. It is.
Okay, I mean it's like the Six Flags of nurseries.
Mm-hmm. And I've been to a lot of nurseries. The one up here, Sue will know the one I'm talking about. When you go through Coleman, that one that's right there on the main highway
in Dodge City.
I've been disappointed in that one. They're just everything is in a greenhouse or sitting on a shelf. It's not made to be pretty, and a nursery should be pretty. You know how you're showing how your flowers are used and stuff like that. And that one is not. Now, one of my roses came from there, and I've been back several times just to see if they had it. But, you know, and then they've got that weed barrier set out there. It's just got all their plants sitting on it. And, you know, people will buy your plants better if they see what they're going to do in flower beds and stuff like that. So,
yeah, you like Heatherly Farms.
Yeah, I do like Heatherly Farms because they have it. It's a neat little place how they have it set up. We still got his tree still ain't been planted. We've got to plant it.
Arthritis is acting up.
Well, we've got to get it planted. How far are you? We are. Well, it depends on which way you go.
We're about 40 minutes from 65 in Dodge City.
Yeah. And then we can be on 65 in about 30 minutes
in Birmingham.
So we're not too far. Yeah, we are. You can go both ways to us. So
we're in between Coleman, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa,
and Tupelo. Yeah. Yeah, it's
We're 60 miles-ish from Tupelo, 30 miles from Birmingham, 30 miles to Coleman, 30 miles to Tuscaloosa.
Excuse me. I actually like to go to Tupelo. A lot of times I'd rather go to Tupelo than go to Birmingham.
If you go through Tupelo, you got to go by, what was the name of that place?
Oh, gosh.
Sprouse's. No, it's not Sprouse's. That was the meat shop. That was the butcher shop.
Okay, but that over there, is that not called that?
No.
Sprouts? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up now. All right, let me look it up.
Type like you talk.
Hush. Let's see if what the name of it is. Scruggs.
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 Scruggs is like it's kind of like Rule King, but bigger.
Yeah, but it's in. I don't think there's any more. That's the only one I think.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like a big John Deere dealer. They have.
Hi, Tanya. Well, we're glad you made it.
Hey, Glenda, your video just released.
Yeah.
I just got the notification.
Yeah, I did too.
But Scruggs is like a Home Depot. I mean, they got it all.
They got everything. Yeah. Yeah. They got all kinds of stuff. I mean, you pull up and there's huge John Deere tractors, the big ones.
Well, they're not the big ones.
But
100-horse tractors.
Yeah, in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a pretty neat place.
Now, up there in Missouri, where I have been spending a lot of my time, you want to see some big tractors. I have never seen a.
Oh no! Because when you get a new phone, it don't take your. Yeah, I hate that when you get a new phone because then you have to reset all your passwords because you can never remember anything.
Anyway, as I was saying,
sorry,
before you ran all over me.
In Missouri.
Never seen a combine on tracks.
On tracks?
On tracks.
I ain't never seen one either.
These mofos is big.
So
in
Missouri. Have they got all their stuff planted yet?
Okay, so they had to plant in stages because we were driving through and it's right on the Mississippi River where we were at. And we were driving down through there and I thought, man, that's a huge lake. And then I saw a center pivot out there in the middle of it, which is the big sprinklers.
Yeah.
No, it was a field. And it took like 3 weeks before you saw ground again.
Wow. I knew I had heard you talking about how flooded it was out there. So I didn't know if they had got to plant their gardens yet.
Well, here's the thing, is they planted some. Like you'd be driving along and there would be a farm on a little knoll and it was just water all around it. Like they had to abandon it. Yeah. So it finally dried up. You know, the water subsided and everything, or receded. And they were able to plant some, but every time, like up north, they would get rain, the Mississippi River would rise up again, and it would run back up in some of these fields. So some of the fields that, when I left last week, were still too wet to plant, and then the other fields had, corn probably 3 or 4 foot tall.
Yeah. Well, me and Alan was talking today. The rain has killed us. Today, we had to, how much of that hay bale has been ruined because of the rain?
Probably a third of it.
A third of their hay bale because it is just soaked and it's just holding water, soaked.
And it's full of ants.
And so we had to put a new hay bale out. And they just got, our hay guy just got hay baled this weekend.
Yeah, he baled 40 acres a couple weeks ago. Right now, they're getting ready to start their second cut of hay, and they are just now getting their first cut, trying to get it on the ground and get it baled up.
Yeah, so we have to go Saturday and pick up hay because we just put out our last hay bale, and I had to go buy 2 square bales today to put in with the other animals because all their hay got wet too. It wasn't as much as the donkey's hay, but I throw 2 square bales in their hay trough, and he's going to go get hay tomorrow or first thing Saturday morning for them. So I'm hoping that ours has not. Now, our tomato plants looked good the other day. And our cucumbers, there was a couple of things that looked good. So I'm hoping we're going to end up getting some stuff out of it. I'm just afraid that it's going to be I don't know.
I like that. What Tanya said, Native Americans told them not to plant it in the floodplains. They did anyway.
Yeah.
Yep, they tried to build levees, but the ground is so fertile there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll go by tomorrow and look at ours and see. But I mean, what can we do? We were already behind, and then all this rain. The rain's what put us behind. And the poor chickens, I feel like every egg I pull out is just pure muddy. I hate to put muddy eggs in the farm stand, but what do? It's just mud. So
And she killed several other plants, fertilizing them.
I've done that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know you never saw it. My granddad, when they lived in Forestdale, he had his lawn. A golf course would be proud to have his lawn. It was just beautiful. Zoysia, thick, beautiful green zoysia.
Like petals. But that's the grass that said petals that I walked around barefoot in.
Okay. So anyway, quit interrupting. Uh, so anyway, he was meticulous. Like he really took care of his lawn. So he gets a spreader, a drop spreader, and puts fertilizer in. So he pushes it, and then he turns around and he pulls it back, and he pushes it out to the edge of the yard, and then he pulls it back. Well, one direction or the other dropped a lot more fertilizer than he was anticipating. So when it got like this time of year, he had a really green stripe and a brown stripe. A really green stripe.
Well, I noticed earlier today our grass is really took off in the past
it's
week.
really greening up.
If you don't know, our dogs are on a wireless system. The poodles are, and so you can tell where their circle is in the yard because that's where they run. Well, they wore all the grass down over the winter.
And with all the rain and everything, it washed the topsoil and the thatch out. Oh my gosh, we didn't have no grass this year. We had one strip down the side of the driveway.
Yeah, well, now it is finally filling in. So
luckily, we cut those trees back so it's able to get sun.
Yeah, but it's really
starting to come in now.
Yeah, it's really filling in. I noticed it. So
it's got a long way to go.
Yeah, but they did, and it's just where they get out in the yard and they run circles playing,
run and jump.
I mean, you can see their perfect circle. But it's Bermuda grass and centipede grass, so it does grow pretty fast.
And we've got zoysia coming up in that corner.
Yeah.
And it's starting to. I hope the whole front yard turns that zoysia.
Yes, I love. Beautiful. Yeah, I do too. I love that it petals. Like if you ever, well, I didn't last year because we were in a mud hole, but was it year before last? I just took my shoes off and walked around barefoot the entire time we were there. So it's a track made too. Yes. Yes,
Tanya, it was. You've seen the baseball fields, how they stripe the baseball fields? That's what it looked
like. Well, and then today I was walking around looking at my flower beds. That was my raised beds last year. I planted California poppies, zinnias. I just threw in all kinds of stuff in those because I just wanted a variety of everything in them. And all the sunflowers and everything's coming up in them.
Is it?
Yeah, the zinnias are. There was some marigolds. But I just wanted it as the California poppies are coming up.
I loved the poppies at Petals. Yeah, the way they just look like a field.
Yeah.
I love
And those are coming up, and they're coming up by the farm stand too. Or the farm sign. So, and then all of JC's flowers are getting big too. They're blooming out here, but we've got to put them in. I was going to put them where Scarlett keeps laying. And so I haven't put them out there because Scarlett keeps laying and she's got her a hole dug, and that's where she likes that cool dirt. So she lays in it all day. So I didn't put their flowers out there. So I told JC this weekend, we've got to get her flowers. We couldn't this time with the boys. There was no way. So.
What was you thinking?
Yeah. Spray it with copper. Our roses spray copper on them, really? Okay. I've never heard of Jasmine Hill Gardens. Mm-mm.
Well, I have heard of Jasmine Hill, but I didn't know about the gardens.
Nope, I've never heard of it. We I like to go. There's a little place over there by where you work, and I can't think. Is it Myers?
I don't know what the name of it is, to be honest with you.
It's a neat little place too, and I like to stop there and see just what they have.
Well, the
Sometimes.
Texas garden guy went there.
Did he go there?
He went there when he was up for Petals last fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a really neat guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to talk to him for like a long time at Petals last year.
Yes. Well, that Myers, they have like a gift shop. They have like really, really expensive planters and porcelain planters and stuff like that inside. But outside, they have like the concrete statues. I love them. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I love the concrete stuff. I do. And then they have the metal too, like the metal goats. And I got a sheep there. What else did I get? I got a sheep.
Oh, you made a line too.
I've gotten a couple of things from there. So it's just really.
Huh.
How cool is that? Dang, it's already 9:00.
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime.
All right, guys. Well, we hate to run, but I've got to get a shower. My shirt, the back of my shirt is still wet.
And you stink.
Do I stink? I probably do.
I'm kidding.
The ghost was following me. All right, guys. We will see y'all. He is done. He didn't got to go back out of town.
Well,
So,
I will for one night.
One night, but it won't be. He shouldn't miss anymore. So, have metal praying. It's not a Cocker Spaniel. We have a concrete Yorkie, a concrete alligator, a donkey, a bunny rabbit. There's something else.
There's a wiener dog.
Yeah, and there's a big old turtle.
Yeah.
And a tree frog. There wasn't the tree frog. I think it broke.
I don't remember a tree
Because
frog.
it's like 30-something years old.
It was something we had that just deteriorated to nothing.
That was the tree frog. And there's a bear. Yeah, there's a bear. There was a bear. It might have broke too. I don't know. The Dirty Girl soap. No, I hadn't heard of that. Yeah, you're greedy. I am. I'm soaking wet. All right, guys. We love y'all. Jesus loves y'all. And we will see y'all next week. Bye, guys.